Man, it's sad. You know, like I say, man, I'm supposed to even be recording now, but fuck it, I am, right? And I'm talking about that little girl, Nazaya, right? And this shit then brought tears to my eyes, right? To be that young, man, excuse me, and manipulated to do the things that she went through and been through and pregnant and in love with this old nigga and was like, I'm not gonna get an abortion, I love you and this and this and this. We can make it work. Like, that's so sad. And then for this motherfucker to go somewhere and kill her, right? But who do you for, right? Now I look at the bitch that this nigga with. Look at him and look at her. Look at this fat, black, ugly motherfucker. I'm just being 100% real. Look at this out of shape, fat, black motherfucker, right? You can give me hate speech, whatever you want to give me for. But look at her. And look at this nigga, right? The two don't even really go together, right? So she happy to have a nigga that look like something, probably dicking her down. This motherfucker probably couldn't get a nigga unless she paid him, right? And that's a real talk. And this got a lot to do with it. So, and you know this nigga a pedophile. He got to register to your home. So not only you putting your own kids in risk, you got this nigga going to your niece, babysitting your niece like he not a fucking pedophile. Like somehow she need to do some time. She need to do a lot of time, my nigga. She need to do at least 10 years. Cause how in the fuck, bitch, you would know if another bitch sucking your nigga dick, but you don't even know if your own niece or daughter doing it. Like how, that's crazy, ain't it? You'll watch out for another hoe, but you won't. And that shit really bothered me, man. This shit really bothered me, man, because look, first of all, the bitch Kim Worthy, I hate this bitch. I can't stand Kim Worthy, fat ass. I can't. Man, I do not like Kim Worthy, man. That's the worst prosecutor in history. She pick and choose what she want to pick and choose and take what she want to take. And this bitch is just hate niggas. Like, I know she fucking a white man. Kim Worthy has to have a white husband or boyfriend, 100% sure. Because she do not like niggas. And she been a prosecutor since I can remember. You know what I'm saying? I can't, look, hate, I damn near hate this bitch, right? And the reason I'm saying, look how many drug dealers this bitch done sent. Look how many motherfuckers she done let go. It's just crazy on how she pick and choose. But while she's sitting there talking about all this nigga crimes, well, he fucked his own 4-year-old daughter, gave her gonorrhea or chlamydia or some shit, right? He done fucked 1,000 more young chicks that's on record. It ain't like it's like this just not came out. He like a third or fourth habitual felon. And this nigga only 40 years old and he out of fucking prison, my nigga. To do this shit again, to take a girl life. So, bitch, while you sitting there talking about how bad he is and all the shit he done, the family should be suing your fat ass because, bitch, you the Wayne County prosecutor. How this shit come across your desk 3 or 4 times and you didn't prosecute this nigga to the fullest of the law until it made the news? Because you don't give a fuck that this a little black girl like the rest of these motherfuckers don't. But when it hit the news, now you got to do something. Now you going to try to get this nigga life, 25 years and all this shit. What happened to all the 3, 4 cases he had before? Like he was fucking 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Another little girl was missing. This girl came up missing. You know what I'm saying? You can't even put the murder on her, but we gonna charge her with murder. You don't know what the fuck happened. She could have been fucking another old nigga somewhere. I'm just being honest and real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you want to charge this nigga with murder is what I'm saying. Is like you want to put all this shit on him now because the news here. And suppose this nigga didn't do this. Suppose she was just, you know, she's a young girl. And I'm not trying to say she was just out here like that. But if she messing with one girl, the reasonable doubt is there not to get him on the murder, to be honest with you. It's reasonable doubt enough to be real for him to walk off this shit. Y'all can get him on certain shit, but this murder because she missing and yada, yada, yada lead to him, but you don't know it's him. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what the fuck's going on. And it's sad, and the reason I'm saying this is to come all full circle. Bitch, if he'd have been in jail from the beginning for fucking a 4-year-old and giving her a motherfucking disease, they said this nigga, man, I listened to the list of shit he was doing to these little 10 and 12-year-old girls was just unreal. And y'all know all this shit. And y'all didn't do a motherfucking thing, my nigga. And now your fat ass up here talking about some, yeah, he did this, and this. But bitch, that look bad on your part. How the fuck is he still walking the streets? It's crazy how a nigga like that can walk the streets, but let a nigga get caught with an 8-ball of crack, a pistol that he have a fucking right to bear. And y'all niggas trying to slam the door on niggas. But a motherfucker like this, y'all let him get in gang all these motherfucking felony after felony, fucking them household after household. And like I say, the bitch he was fucking, my nigga, she need to do a lot of time, my nigga. She need to do at least 10 years or better with her fat ass. Because she a fat, desperate black motherfucker. Like, who gonna fuck her? They're like, he damn near like his great aunt. They don't even look good together. So you know this bitch was desperate. And she didn't give a fuck. Listen, man, I'm telling you, she didn't give a fuck who he was fucking. She knew this nigga was a child molester and all that and brought this pedophile motherfucker around. You know, he had to report to her house. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That desperate to get dick shit. That's what fuck a lot of these hoes up. These bitches be so dick struck. I can finally get a nigga now that love me. And I seen, and you just seen it too on TV where bitches done turned against their own daughters telling them that this nigga doing something to her. And they damn near put their own fucking daughters out and say, bitch, you lying. Why you lying? She go to the uncles and aunties. They come address the shit. And the mama be like, no, this little bitch lying because this. All the time. Once that nigga leave her, now this bitch like, oh, well, you know, I didn't know. Man, this shit is sickening out here, bro. It's sick as fuck. And then for the prosecutor, bitch, that's a slap in the face, ho. For you to get up and say, because the shit on the news now, what should happen to him. Bitch, he's supposed to have been locked up a long time ago. That's why I'm saying, whoever daughter this is missing, if you ever can hear this, y'all need to sue if they just gave Puffy $100 million judgment on a nigga talking about he been touched by him, you should put $100 million judgment on these motherfuckers. Like, dog, y'all knew this nigga should have never been on the streets. Yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? Sue the fuck out these motherfuckers, man. Man, this the sickest shit I ever heard in my life. Like, this the worst you can be. And this nigga black, that's sad. Usually you hear white people doing this shit. But this a nigga, and this ain't the first nigga that I done heard that done this shit, man. It's so many of these niggas that's sick in the head that's taking these girls out and murdering them. You know what I'm saying? These girls be in love with these niggas. Man, this shit happened on my street, Marlow and Finkel, nigga, Detroit, Michigan, 48227. I was outside. We was all on the porch. So a chick pulled up. She lived on the corner where my boy Vince used to stay, on the corner. My homeboy. Anyway, but they stayed at the house down there. But she pulled in front of my house, right? She pulled right by the field by my auntie house. She jumps out. She walking down the street. But she zooming down there. I'm like, oh, she about to. So we on the porch like, damn, she about to catch her nigga with another bitch. That's what we thinking. Like, oh, she didn't park down the street because we knew her. We seen her. So we thinking like, damn, she about to catch her nigga with another bitch, right? Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, man, damn. Niggas like, I wish I had that nigga number to like get the hell out of there. Niggas out there joking. But what happened was, nigga, she came in the house early to see what was going on. And come to find out, her daughter and the nigga she was fucking both asleep, right? This nigga on the floor, her on the bed. So when she walked in the room, she picked up a knife and got on her nigga ass. And this is a true story, his own dog, a pit bull that they had in the house, this nigga tried to jump on her and take the knife, and the pit bull attacked that nigga. His own dog attacked his dumb ass. Boom, 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 bit the shit out of him. She stabbing him, the dog biting him. He ran out the house. Boom, boom, boom. We see the nigga run up the street. We like, well, we all thinking like this nigga done got caught with a bitch. We never would have thought in a million years the bitch he caught her with was her 12-year-old daughter, 13-year-old daughter, right? So look, police everywhere now. And I knew it was something wrong when the police stayed there for like hours and hours. I'm like, man, it's like a homicide scene. Like, this ain't just no, like, damn, did she kill that nigga? You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, the police going up the block, like, we looking for the dog. The dog, did you see this guy? Yada, yada, yada. I said, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. We just came out here. But in reality, I did. You know what I'm saying? We seen the nigga, but we didn't know at the time what happened. So why the fuck would I say, yeah, we seen dog? He cut right up through the field to Lauder. Couldn't find out, nigga, 2 days later, they found that nigga in an abandoned house on Lauder. The police had been combing that area, telling people to look out. As soon as he ducked his face out, I don't know, he called the police, or the police got on him, caught his dumb ass. Now that nigga probably still in prison for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, how you, that's what I'm saying. As a black woman or a woman, period, you just cannot trust anybody with your fucking kids, boy or girl. You just can't, man. And it's the fucked up part. You can't even trust your own fucking family members. It ain't just a dude. Because there's a lot of good dudes out here. Like, I was a good dude. Like, my son now, my oldest son is not my biological son, my nigga. But you would never hear that. You would never hear me say nothing. But as a kid, I took care of him. I loved him, you know what I'm saying? And there's no fucking way that, you know, no shit like this I will ever, man, this is crazy. But niggas be preying on these desperate assholes with a lot of kids. They pedophiles. But these kids go through that shit so much that it's crazy to even say that. This don't even be the first group of nigga that did that shit. The niggas before did that shit. The uncles doing that shit. So these kids be fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? They be mentally fucked up. Like I said before, man, you got kids going to school without brushing their teeth, without eating, without clean clothes on. And like I say, man, they getting washers and dryers now. They giving kids toothbrushes. They tell them, like, hey, like, just come early. If your clothes not clean, we'll wash them for you and all this shit, man. But it's like, that's sad, because them usually, the poor kids like that, is usually the ones that get took advantage of, man. You know what I'm saying? This little girl didn't deserve none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and what's going to happen to this nigga? Nothing. Even if he get 25, 50 years, that's all they going to give him. He not going to get a life sentence. He going to get numbers, my nigga. In 20 years, he probably going to walk out of prison. That's the honest God truth. They going to let him go within 20 years, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because he not about to get natural life. You know, because they can't, you know, I just don't think it's gonna happen, man. And then this pussy ass nigga, it's just sad, man, how these kids gotta go through so much, man. And it made me wanna cry right now, my nigga. Just thinking about the shit the little girl went through. You know what I'm saying? Nigga taking advantage of her. She probably come from nothing. Ain't got shit. Her daddy had heart failure. Her daddy didn't even see her. So he can talk all that shit. He's about to die. He dead now. But what I'm saying is, nigga, don't talk that shit now. You ain't even know where the fuck your daughter was at. You ain't even know what school she was in. I mean, heart failure or not, nigga, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was just all fucked up. She just had it totally bad, my nigga. And when you look at the auntie, the one that let this shit happen to her, you look at this fat, black, ugly motherfucker like, God damn, bitch, you was dick. How you gonna have a fucking pedophile in your house and around your niece kids, not telling them nothing? I'm pretty sure she ain't say like, hey, this nigga molester, watch your kids. They probably letting this nigga hang out with him, leave places with him. Man, that shit is unbelievable, man. But you know what's crazy? It's a million more motherfuckers who thumbnailing and got. But ain't no more real content than this, my nigga. Ain't no more real content than this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say to them niggas in jail, if you ever can watch this or see some shit, nigga, get on this nigga head, because so many times niggas do this shit and live their best life. Real talk, niggas gonna do some heinous shit. This nigga touched a 4-year-old and gave her a disease, his own kid. Then they know this nigga been molesting other kids, and Kid Worthy fat ass actually get up there and say all this shit, and bitch, you the one in control of locking this nigga up, and he not locked up like many others that's not locked up. Man, come on, man. How the fuck is this nigga 40 years old and he been doing this shit over and over and over again? He out of fucking prison. But yeah, Big Meech and that motherfucker are damn near dying. for 30 fucking years. He about to do 17 years for balling, for getting money. But a motherfucker that's out here touching kids, killing motherfuckers, y'all let them bitches in and out the fucking jail cell. Y'all some sad motherfuckers. Fuck Ken Worthy and every motherfucker that's like a bitch. They should sue your fat ass, bitch, for your job and everything you own, ho. Because for you to get up there and say that this man did all this shit and you the prosecutor in charge of locking niggas like this up, and this nigga broke with no kind of defense, like how the fuck he not in jail? But it's a lot of niggas that deserve to be out here on the streets that's not on the streets because of, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Fat bitch. I can't stand that hoe, man. I can't stand Ken Worthy, fat ass. I just can't stand her fat ass. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know what I'm saying? How in the fuck is this nigga still walking the streets, bitch? And you sitting there talking about he did this and you know he did. Yeah, bitch, we know it on your clock, bitch. You the Wayne County prosecutor, ho. So how the fuck this nigga ain't in prison? Man, I'm so tired of this shit and these sick ass niggas walking away from shit and real niggas getting locked up for nothing. There's niggas out here fighting for their life that never did a crime right now, that hurt bitch ass protesting not to get out. You know how many motherfuckers this fat bitch did not let get out? Even though they had all the evidence that this nigga not guilty, this fat bitch still holding this shit up. But you will let a fucking child molester like this go and go and go. Man, fuck this whore, man. Fuck you, Ken Worthy, you fat bitch. Like, real talk, bitch. Fuck you and the Detroit Police Department. Y'all all some fucked up motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's on everything I love, man. Chop, chop, man.